Welcome back to the Global Table. Been around for like 20 years. Isn't that a long time?
That's a long time.
Yeah, it is.
That's
I've been
long.
here for 7 years, going on 8 years now.
6 years now. 6 years.
The weather
The weather.
is too hot in this Houston. It's even hotter than Nigeria.
It was really cold. I came in when it was really, really cold.
Okay. January time or what?
No, I think towards November, December.
Maybe it was where I was staying at. The roads were like empty. Everywhere was lonely. I was wondering, where is everybody?
Because you know, in Nigeria, we say everybody, your neighbor, you talk to them. Compared to here, everybody minds their business.
Comfortable.
I like it out here. Very comfortable.
It's peaceful.
Peaceful.
Yeah.
Peace. Yeah, that makes sense.
At least I don't get to think about the safety.
The food though. Nigeria food they eat sharp. Lagos, like there are a lot of restaurants, like competition of food.
But I would say domestic staff. It's not as expensive. So helpers, maybe that's the word. People to help you do stuff, get stuff done. So you're not doing it alone. Yeah.
I think I miss more of the family, community support, the family. I'm not saying we don't have it here, but I always tell people the support, the love in Nigeria is more, I don't know how to put it, but genuine than what we have here in America. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't miss the light taking.
Yeah.
Yeah, the power outage, I don't miss it at all. I don't miss the bad roads.
The basic things, huh?
Yeah.
Traffic. Oh.
Traffic.
Yeah, so I don't miss traffic in Nigeria. Lagos traffic,
Are you saying
no,
we don't
the
have
traffic
traffic here?
is not the same. Now, somebody said that yesterday on the comment section, right? And said Houston traffic. No. The traffic here is moving.
If it's in
The,
California, yes.
the traffic in Houston is moving. I don't know about other states. You're going to be in traffic for 8 hours non-stop till the next day. You've not gone to anywhere. Don't tell me that.
I prefer money.
One is Hannah. Because your family is here though, so I don't think you're going to be talking about loneliness. Your family is here.
I prefer money. Give me the Benjamin.
I mean, it's the dollar we came here for. Is it not? So did we leave Niger to come here? It's the dollar we came here for.
I think apart from
Lonely.
your family, if your family is here, you won't be lonely. Some people are here, they don't have no family here. So maybe that's another thing, you know.
We're talking about the money, loneliness, and what is the next one?
Pressure.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
So
basically,
it's saying what's harder for you. So I think the pressure. Let me change that response. The pressure because of the bills. So yes, the pressure. That's harder for me.
Yeah,
the pressure.
Yeah. But even to be honest with you, those three things are something we face every day in America: the pressure, the money, and the loneliness.
Yeah.
I would say the bills.
Exactly.
You know, it doesn't stop. It's not like you're gonna have a break. If you have a stable income, at least if you travel and you already have a PTO, at least if you're not around, you will still get paid.
Moving from point A to B and coming to a new lifestyle, it's there are a lot of old things that you're not aware of. Like that's more of that, you know.
So I would say it's the bills that never stop coming. It's almost like an enticing package of packing extra shifts, and then the bills, even when and there's savings, lack of savings.
Can say that again. Paycheck to
You
paycheck.
don't get to save nothing.
Paycheck to paycheck.
Oh God! Even when you're working back to back, you don't. It's almost like the savings it just doesn't
coming.
work. Yeah.
Everybody's trying to get a better life. You're trying to get out because you want a better life. So you questioning it, I mean, you have opportunity to still, when you have yourself settled in here and go back home, see the difference. Are you better off in Nigeria, or are you better off here? So that's how.
I don't think I question anything. Before I take any decision, I always pray about it. If I have peace with it, I move on. And once I move on, I don't look back.
Well, just like a relationship, and even when you get married, you question, this man I married, did I even think well? So it's the same thing. I feel like if you get into a business, you still question the business. When you come into a new country, there's this point in time you just say, did I actually make the right decision? And yes, I had some of those moments when I kept asking myself, because I had a few things working for me. So I had to actually ask myself if I made the right decision. So I questioned mine though.
Soup.
Habits. The soup. Okay.
I like my fufu. Is it not a habit?
Is that a
I eat
habit?
fufu every day. Fufu. I
Okay.
like my soup. You know, I'm a foodie.
Okay. So who's making the food for you here? You're kind of just ordering, or you're cooking it yourself?
I cook.
Okay.
I cook
What's yours?
sometimes.
Nikki, why you think?
Why serious?
I can't even think of anything, man. I can be blank on this, so
When you come to America, right? There's this thing. We have light. We put light everywhere. We put everything. I forgot. Like, you have to know that this is America. You have to learn to control things like your water
because
bills,
the bills,
all those
right?
things. I always put them on. The lights will be everywhere. The AC will be on 25. Except when there's no light in Nigeria, that's when I take these things off. But then I came to the US, people will tell me, oh, you're not in Nigeria, and then you still cook. I cook like, oh my God, because I like food. Okay, my family were large, so I'm always cooking.
Yeah, it's a habit, yes. Habit of leaving lights on constantly. But even in Nigeria, I think it's the same thing, because if you buy the meter, what's it called, is it meter or something, and you plug it in, it's going to finish it by the time you leave your AC on and come. So I think
If you get lights, because
if you get the lights now,
but whenever there is light, you want to just leave the AC on so that even when there's no light, it's still chilling. You know what I mean? So have you remembered your own habit? Because I'm so curious to know what it is.
I don't even, honestly, I'm blank. I think there's no habit for me.
Maybe your habit is still joining your village meeting and not really leaving them. Especially, you see them in Nigeria, and then you come here, and then you still continue and say, no, die hard. Sisters Fellowship, you started from Nigeria, you came here, you still made them.
No,
Oh, you did not?
I did not join them from there. In fact, it's even here I started joining all these community and what they call it. All this true village meeting.
Because some people that will have village meeting here, still come here and competing.
At some point, I left them. I said, they're drama too much. Every time they see me, I'm free. It's the land of home. I'm free now. So, no restriction. I mean, there's no restriction here. That much.
Even in Nigeria, I don't think there's even restrictions if you really ask me.
In Nigeria, yeah. I mean, Nigeria is even more freer because
the
police
exactly. You can drive under the influence and nobody's going to ask you what you're doing. So restriction can just be maybe we're in an organized country, so it's more you're taught to do things right.
Yeah, because you don't tell me you're free. You go and drink and then you drive.
You can't drink and drive.
You'll be scared when the police, what the police
You
will
can't
do
overtake nobody suddenly just because you feel like
and
it's...
you can't honk.
You understand? And you can hug. It depends on who you're hugging. So, but I think that's idea of getting to a stop sign, you got to stop. You can't drive without a proper license, because if you're caught, you can't drive without insurance. There's so many things that can count, really. And these things are things that we probably just let it be.
Yeah.
Let it slide. You can even get the Oluwole style, and nobody will know the difference from the original.
We're saying so much.
We're saying so much. You can't deny my country. Over here. They do.
Oluwole. Not about that though.
I don't know Oluwole.
No.
Global table means discuss things that we never thought about when we relocated. Wherever country you're coming to US or UK or what, because some people will leave business or job that they have, and then they will relocate here, and when they get here, it won't turn out the way they've planned it.
Plan for it.
And they will start thinking, did I make the right choice? But one thing I know about this system is it takes time you have to pay your dues here before you get to where you want to. And make sure you surround yourself with people that will give you the right advice. Your network, like they said, is your network.
When you come into the country, there's this sense of what you're going through, you are going through it alone. When you start to listen to honest conversations from people who are actually going through what you're going through, or who have gone through what you had gone through in the past, it tells you that you're not alone. Okay, so there's this sense of we are together in this. That's what we need to understand. Your whatever you go through is not unique to you alone. It also gives you the strength to keep on pushing and keep moving. And I think those are the discussions we want to be having on this table, to be able to give people a voice. Some people are, bottling up so much inside of their system as to the things they've experienced whilst trying to move into another country. Not about just coming to the US. It could be going to another country and what it has done to them as a person. So the global table is something that, will be welcome to every immigrant who has at some point decided to leave their home country to move into another country, being able to have a voice to say what exactly they've experienced or what exactly they are going through. I know that we can relate with what they're going through.
A global table is different people from different continents coming together to share common ideas and goals. Now, global table is just a way of making you understand that, when people come to the US or come to any part of the world, people tend to tell you that this is how it is and this is how it is. Now, we're going to be seeing different people because especially the immigrants, there are people who are also doing well. There are people who have excelled in their community. There are people who have moved on. There are people who have excelled. Like example, we have a doctor who operated somebody, and after some months, then they had the baby, put the baby back and operated it. It was done by an immigrant. Nobody is talking about it. This is a global table where we share how we started. When we came to America, it wasn't so easy, but at the end of the day, we made it. We're saying that people can come anywhere in the world. You can start somewhere and you can still make it because there are people making it. It's okay if you're not doing well, but eventually you get there. So don't give up. At Global Table, we tell you, you can do it. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's excellent, Nikki. I love that. That's another mind-blowing realization. I didn't even know that Global Table was going to be offering this much, but it was wonderful hearing from her.
Okay, my first job, right? So my first job was, it's so funny, right? You come in, you have your master's, and then you can't get a job. So when I came, I couldn't get the bigger kind of job I did because I did HR. I did a master's in HR, but I couldn't get a job. I wanted an HR job. I couldn't get it. The only job I was able to get was to work with Macy's, okay? It's so funny because every time I think of it, I just laugh. And guess what? I was meant to, be like, the clothing and everything. And then you have to stand all through. Girl, I was so tired that let me tell you, one of my best friends, I was standing up all through and I was so tired. So you know how you see those people that go in and then you go and change clothes and then you leave those clothes there. I was meant to go and pick them up and then put them back in there. But guess what I did? Whenever I'm tired, because my legs were so tired, I wasn't used to that in Nigeria. I'll go in there and sit there. I'm sorry, but that was what I'll sit there and then I'll hear, where is Nikki? And then
I didn't know you were kind of rested.
And then I'll come out, they'll be like, what are you doing? I say, I'm folding the clothes. Hey, don't do that, okay? Don't do that. It's not good. But that's, after 1 month of working there, guess what happened? So funny. I'm coming from Nigeria where I'm like an assistant director. And then I had my colleague, then she came shopping and then she was looking for shoppers, So my boss said, because they called me Evelyn, she said, Evelyn, I knew her, I saw her. Of course, you knew how I was looking. In America, you don't look at, you don't care how you look, right? And then they said, Evelyn, come. And then I was so shy because I knew she's like my junior
So you saw her coming?
I saw her coming. I went. And then when they called me out, and she looked at me from A to Z like, oh my God, what is going on here? And I'm like, I'm going to be a personal shopper. And of course, you know what it means to be a personal shopper. You know, oh my God. And then when I was done, she went back home. She told them, oh, I saw Nikki. Nikki wasn't looking so nice. I think Nikki is things are so hard for her. She should come back home. That was so embarrassing. I think that was even when I quit.
I did security first for four months. And then I switched to EMT. My friend told me about the EMT business. I should go write the exam, and I did the exam. I wrote the exam, passed it, and then I became an EMT. So we're just driving ambulance, taking people to dialysis and all.
Your job was good now. It looks more polished.
When you know people, you know people, they plug you in. So
Oh.
I guess that's my own experience. You know.
When are you saying that because I didn't know people, that's why I started working with Macy's?
Everybody, is not equal.
Okay. So that means yours.
Oh, he didn't give us his own facial expression. Was there none? What's yours?
Expression.
Was like,
Yeah, it was like you said it. It's like
life
is good.
it was good.
Obi can't complain.
Well, again, maybe for him, he felt America was better than where he was coming from. Maybe that's why
Exactly.
there's
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, maybe that's the difference.
Yeah.
Okay. A moment of silence for me, first of all.
Like said, you was crazy.
Because hey, from answering madam in Nigeria. And then mine was a caregiver. I don't want to say what's happened on that day of the job because that one, I think I went home, I cried for another 3 hours. That I haven't cared for nobody but my child. So having to care for someone who's like elderly, you know what comes with an elderly.
Everything.
In fact, I think my face should be doing more of the talking in this particular question. When the pay came, I was like, it's not that bad though, because it was kind of mixed feeling, but yeah, that's what it was for me. I don't want to go into the other job because we have talked all kinds of, but let's just start with just one. One is fine.
That's the funny part of it. You know, a lot of people won't even, especially coming from Africa, they won't even understand what we go through. They all think that we pluck money from the tree because we're in America. They don't understand that we work so hard, you know? They don't understand that aspect.
Yeah. Currently, I work 16 hours a day. When somebody calls me and tell me, "Oh, Ju, can you send me money for this?" I'm like, I don't understand. You think I'm just joking around? You're working yourself to get that money, but when you don't give it to them, somebody's already upset. Nobody knows what you're going through over here, right?
See you in the next episode.
On the global table.